I am the Deputy President of Kenya, elected by 7.2 million people. I will finish you. Finish who? We will finish you today in this floor of the house.
Nataka hiyo guidance. Wa Kenya, hii kazi yenye ninafanya, kuna pahali nilikuwa 4 months ago, unajua watu wamekuwa kiniambia, "Oh, tutakuwa unfollow." Kwani 4 months ago ulikuwa unanifollow? Ama nilikuwa nimekufa, mimi nimetoka kwa kaburi nikakuja maandamano, si ndio? Ndio nimekuwa nikishinda nikiambia watu, nataka mu-unfollow kabisa, kwa sababu kama tutaendelea kuzungumza hapa na kazi ni kudanganyana, I don't want that follow. I've been saying I did not come here for popularity. Nikienda kwa streets haikuwa ninge audition for movies. Nilienda kwa streets pale na mimi si mwanajeshi. Mkenya, wewe ndio ulichagua hii serikali yenye inakukandamiza. Pambana nayo. Ni wewe, si lazima upambane nayo. Na kitu isikudanganya ati kwa sababu nasema na kukumbusha inamaanisha nasema ati wewe ni mjinga. Kama tumefika hapa na mnaona vile siasa mbaya pahali inatufikisha, lazima sisi sote tuamke. Ukweli urongo? Lazima. Kwa sababu I'm a man who used to work. Saizi sasa ninafanya tu hii makazi yangu ndogo ndogo na bado kila mtu anakaa chini. You think you can lecture me? You've never given me a single shilling. If it were not for that, you've given it to me in spite. Endarasha watoto wenyu 21 children. Nyinyi wenye mnatetea Gachagua hapa. 21 of your boys waliuliwa, wakachomwa kwa shule. Watu hawakuenda. Si mimi nilienda Endarasha peke yangu. Mkaanza kuniita state project. Nilisimama na familia moja yenye walisema mtoto wao bado wana believe amepotea. Huyo mtoto nilienda mpaka mazishi. Nilikuwa na chance ya kuongea kwa hiyo mazishi. Nikasema siwezi chukua hii chance ya kupoliticize matanga ya watoto wenye wamekufa. But you Kenyans want to think that the lives of children, nyinyi wenye mmesimama hapa ni wanaume, 21 of them will never make it to this bunge kwa sababu walichomwa na mtu. Na tumelala tu. Watu wengine wenye wako frontline wamekuja wakachangisha pesa. Mimi mmeichangia pesa kama wa Kenya. Nikitembea huko saa zile naogopa kupigwa risasi na polisi, mnasema viatu zangu zinakaa vibaya. Si ndio? Wakati wote I have spoken nothing but spoken to the issues. Nimeongelea at any single chance I get. Nasema we need universal healthcare to ensure that social healthcare, and social healthcare imaanishi SHA. Social healthcare ni healthcare sisi wote. Wakati tulikuwa tunaenda maandamano, hamkuwa mnataka kusikia mambo ya healthcare. You guys did not care about your health. When we were talking about saying we want to form an alternative government that ensures there is proper education, free education, you guys did not care. Did you care?
There is a fallacy the Honorable Kakuya and the Honorable Deputy President have told our people in Mount Kenya that we have the numbers. And because if today, Mudaro, you walk to Kiambu or Limuru, people are saying, Uyo Ruto atatuona 2027, he will meet us.
So it's a fallacy.
Let me tell you, the fallacy that we are the majority, it is a pure fallacy.
So Ruto still will
let me tell you, I am going back to the voting pattern in 2022. There is what you call, I would call the Kavirondo nation is a combination of Ruos, Rohias, and Kisii. Those people, 4.5 million people voted in the general election of 2022. There is what I'll call the Kamatusa. These are the people who are the pastoralists, Karenjin, Samburu, all of them. 2.6 million people voted. Then the coast, 1 million people voted. Kambas, 1 million people voted. In Mount Kenya, where I come from, 4.7 million people voted. I'll do the math. There is the analogy of buy one, get one free. Add Kabas to the 4.7 million people who voted in Mount Kenya. That's about 5.7. There is another whooping 8.3 million people who voted from the Kavirondo nation, from the Kamatusa nation, from the coast, who voted. And therefore, the moment people come and tell our people that we are the majority, we have never been a majority in this country. We had enjoyed the significant minority for a long time. We are no longer the significant minority in Mount Kenya. And our people are being lied to that come 2027, we will be able to send William Ruto home. Well, and in short, the gospel the Honorable Gakuya and company are preaching is a gospel that is meant to alienate Mount Kenya from the politics of the day, because the president has formed a broad-based government. The president has widened the net of campaigning, and if we do not watch out as Mount Kenya, we will be the opposition in this country. And people must stop lying to our people that we are the majority. We are neither the majority, we don't hold land. Mudaro, come to Limuru, you can only get 50 by 100. In fact, in the next 5 years, having an acre in Mount Kenya will be looked like you are a rat grabber. So, well, don't lie to our people.
So, basically, Peter here is saying that perhaps there's no consequence of the mountain being sidelined. Do you believe President Ruto can be re-elected without the mountain's vote?
Chacha, first of all, I want us to alienate constitutional processes from regions. This is a matter on the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, not on a community. Because we cannot always make everything about communities in this country. And my insistence is that we must come to a point, Chacha, where we can accept results for what they are and move on as a country. We have come from an election. Remember, after the election, Chacha, and I was one of the biggest proponents of the Azimio coalition. But after the election, after handing over power, we still wanted to insist on a situation where we actually did not lose. Yeah, for a long time, and kept the country in such turmoil and kept the country in an election mode until... so those delays are very unprecedented, because now we are coming to a process where we really want to believe that in this process, the people, the 280, over 80% of parliament is the one that is compromised. And now, this is a case, Chacha, where we only have two sides, because there is the person on trial, who is the deputy president, and then there is the move of the motion, who is the member of parliament, what is his name? Mwangi Mutuse. So, in the event you're saying that 280 members of parliament were actually bribed, then the allegation is actually you're trying to mean that a member of parliament has the capacity to bribe 280 members of parliament. Because bribery can only happen within the accuser and the person who is moving the motion. So I would ask you, Chacha, between a sitting deputy president and a member of parliament, who has better capacity?
But they say there are other forces behind.
Because we must use facts, Chacha. What you're saying, Chacha, is now speculative. What I am saying...
You still believe that actually the move of the motion is the driver of the impeachment?
It is, because that is the fact. That is the fact on the parliament. Because, Chacha, that is, we cannot be able to use things that we are imagining. Because when you go to parliament, there was a mover and he has a name. And we have someone who was actually put on trial who also has a name. Well, why do we like in Kenya?
But the why
do we like making things about things that are not seen when we have things that we can actually see? Because we can see a mover. We can see a mover who has a name, and we can see the person accused who also has a name. So why are we insisting on people who don't have a name?
Talks about you are creating a fallacy that the Mount Kenya people, they're the majority.
Well,
and now here,
though I don't want to get too much on the sentiment made by my good friend, but I have not heard from anybody, not even the deputy president, urging the Mount Kenya people to move or to walk out of the government. I have not heard.
Deputy president anakaa kwa nyumba ya serikali. Deputy president anapata mshahara wa serikali. Deputy president ana security ya serikali. Deputy president wafanyakazi wake kazi wote wanalipwa na serikali. Deputy president hata stima na maji inalipwa na serikali. Deputy president anakaa kwa cabinet. Nafika jioni anasema mimi sijui yana. Haya ndio maswali tunataka tuanze kujiuliza.
Mwaka mbili
joto limekuwa
jingi. Nani mwenye shares, unanielewa? Yes. So he should have found a way of maneuvering and dealing with William Ruto in a manner that Ruto won't go to that extent of saying, no, kama ni mbaya.
But
so,
Governor,
because that's where it is.
Governor, wasn't the writing on the wall? Remember when Gachagua was refused helicopter flights? Remember?
We're only told that happened. But when you come later to hear, you hear that, no, there wasn't serviceable helicopter then. You understand? The red, I saw myself. is when he talked about the director of intelligence in Mombasa. That's when I knew hapa kimeumana.
Serious?
Because kuna mahali uweze kuza. That is the heart of government. Director of intelligence is the heart of government. That's everything in any government.
Na akasema aende.
Hapo.
Nurdin.
Hapo. Sasa hiyo, you know, if I were him and I had trouble with Nurdin Haji, I would have done it differently. I would have gone to Bwana Mkubwa and I tell him, your chief spy, I have issues with him. And these are the issues. Since I also belong to your government, I'm number 2, remember? Can you call him here? We sort it out. Spell out the issues. But when you go and cry huko, public, man, what have you left? There's no room for anything else. It's all daggers.
It's downhill.
Kabisa. You understand?
Thank you very much. Just so that you know, we've had Prime Minister and we had different meetings in Washington at the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. I had engagement with Secretary Blinken, and they have also committed to provide more capabilities in terms of transport and other facilities that would help us move forward. I must commend Prime Minister that 11 days ago, schools were opened in Haiti after a very long time. That's an act of courage, and we intend to provide support and ask the international community to come along with us